Hi, I'm Jess and I'm one of the occupational therapists in the Mid Yorkshire Trust. I chose to be an occupational therapist because I've always wanted to help people and to help them achieve their goals and maintain their independence in life. I decided I wanted to be an occupational therapist when I was in my early teens, and I did that for a family friend who told me all about that, and it was then there when I was sold into being an OT. I chose to go through the BTEC route at college, so I went through my local college and the BTEC in health and social care before going on to university and doing my degree. Occupational therapy to me has always been around helping people to achieve their goals, and it's those things that in everyday life we take for granted and do without even a second thought, such as being able to put your socks on or being able to brush your hair, that lots of people following any kind of illness or injury aren't able to do, and that for them is devastating. And being an occupational therapist is all around helping people to achieve those goals in daily tasks and with things that are important and meaningful to them. I've had the chance to work in lots of different areas on the rotation through Mid Yorkshire, so I've had the chance to work with people following spinal injuries, people on an acute medical ward, and people in paediatrics, as well as lots of experience within stroke and neurology, and that stroke and neurology is the area that I have chosen to specialise in. I've chosen that because for me it's an area where I get to use all of my skills as an occupational therapist. It's an area where I get to look at people from a physical level, where being moving and handling, looking at arms and legs and getting those working as best we can, and being involved in that recovery from a physical point of view, working closely with the physiotherapists, as well as looking at other areas such as the cognition, so how the brain's working, the thinking skills, problem solving, and just maximising their independence as much as possible. And that really is why I chose OT, because it is so varied that no day is ever the same, and every day you kind of get to help somebody with something that is so random and something that you'd never think of, and it will always crop up and you'll think, well, if that's important to you, then that's what we'll do, and that's what I like. Stroke and neurology to me is kind of the area that I think is incredible, because there is no day that's the same, and I think they are such horrible illnesses and injuries that can happen for people to be referred into the service, that we now can help them to get any kind of quality of life back, which is what we want to do. For example, I spent 45 minutes today helping somebody to write the names of the family members. Now that might seem small, but actually for that person, that was something that they'd have done without a second thought, and for them to be able to do that was a massive accomplishment that both me and the patient's family were really, really happy with. And the patient became tearful because she'd actually not been able to do that before since a stroke. And it was the job satisfaction from something like that is insane, and that's not something that you get from an everyday job, and that is why I chose to be an occupational therapist.